So joining us now is someone who knows that movie, knows Johnny Depp very well. Executive producer of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Rob Vale joins us tonight from Alaska, where he is. Rob, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me, Vinny.
Let me just, I just want to, there we go. I can hear you a lot better now. I just want to say off the top, I just have to get this out of the way. Growing up, my dad playing the records, Aldi La, Mama, bringing tears to his eyes. I want to thank your dad and your family for those great memories and moments for my family. Rob, let me start. 1996. You meet Johnny Depp. You're working with Johnny Depp. Give us your first impressions of who he was back then.
Well, first of all, my work with Fear and Loathing was with the financing. I was finished before physical production started, and I just happened to be on the set with my girlfriend, who was the on-call doctor. It was our second or third date, and she said, "You want to drive out to the set, and I have to give Johnny Depp a B12 shot because he's exhausted from the hard work on the movies." So we go out to the set, and she gives him, takes him into his trailer, gives him a shot. I'm just chatting with his assistant, and he comes out, walks right up to me, doesn't know me, doesn't know I'm with the doctor, and says, "Your wife, your girlfriend, she's the greatest doctor in the world." And I'm like, "Hey, thank you, Johnny. I'm a big fan. This is going to be a great movie," and so on and so forth. And so we had to go out to the set more often, as it was a hard shoot. It's a low-budget film. And, we spent a lot of time chatting. He came to a CD release party that I threw and was happy to say hello to my staff and join the band and playing guitar. And then over the years, I'd run into him at various parties and events in LA. And he's always been a gentleman. One of the nicest guys in the business I've ever met. Never forgets somebody who's been nice to him. Anytime I need a signed script for a charity auction or for a friend or something, just call him up and boom, I have it in a couple of days. So he's always been a class act. And I couldn't say anything else about him other than he's one of the nicest guys and a huge talent.
So what did you think when these allegations became public and there was this very public breakup? It happens a lot in Hollywood. There's sometimes very public breakups because people are high profile. They're stars. They have lots of money. There's always a lot at stake. But what thoughts went through your mind when you're hearing some of these allegations and what was going on in that marriage?
Well, I didn't believe it, but once again, nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors. But as you learn more and you see the videotapes that she released, that she took of him, sure, he was intoxicated at his house. That's legal. And as more stuff came out privately through just chatting with business people in the industry, the majority believe him, that he would never hit a woman. He was raised by, I believe, his mom, and I just don't see it. And, like I said, we don't know what goes behind closed doors, but based on as many people that I have to talk to in business, it's literally about 90% in his favor. And, I hope it's not true. And I don't expect it to be.
That's really fascinating, Rob, because in the world we live in now, we've gone through a lot, and some of it's not domestic abuse, some of it is, sexual assault allegations, sexual harassment allegations, but we've seen many people across Hollywood fall down. One person comes out, makes an accusation. All of a sudden, there's 24 people. But we haven't seen that with Johnny Depp. Let me ask you this: where is he in his career right now? Because part of the motivation, it seems, based on reading the court filings and everything else that's come out, that he's trying to get his name back. He wants to be able to act and get those big roles in those big movies that he's been doing and get paid the big dollars like he was paid in the past. What are your thoughts about where he is right now in Hollywood?
Well, with Disney putting him on hold for Pirates, that's a rough one because that's a huge payday. I mean, he loves doing the artistic films, but he is a very generous man. And sure, it's been reported, and he's even said he was mad at his managers who said that he spends $30,000 a month on wine because I spend more, he said. But once again, that's not illegal. But like I said, he's a generous man, the most generous, the top 5 generous people I know. And it's put him in a bind because there aren't that many big money roles out there with the streaming services. And it's just sad to see it happen to a good guy.
And let me ask you one final question, Rob.
Sure.
If he wins this trial, if this jury comes back and says, yes, you've been defamed, no, you are not a domestic abuser, do you think Hollywood accepts that verdict and accepts him back into their good graces and his career then resumes where it once was?
Absolutely. Hollywood and the public love a comeback story. And everyone who's dealt with him, even the public who've run into him at many charity events and stuff that he does privately, knows he's a good guy. And he may not get the money he's looking for, but at least a court will, if he wins, get his name back. And then he'll be back because he does make the Pirates franchise for Disney. So I think they're waiting to see what happens.
Rob Vale, appreciate your time tonight. Long distance, all the way from Alaska tonight. Stay warm, my friend.
Always. Thank you, Finney. Stay well.
All right, take care.